So, I guess we can call this a PSA. So I was about to upload a video that I took on Friday. Well, I took a lot, but the last one on Friday. So this is the Friday before Father's Day, and so we're gonna do an intro to the intro, you know, because I think it's important to point out that yes, a lot of this is fun and games. Some of it's educational and learning tutorial. A lot of it's sometimes, you know, I'm just not doing it right, you know, and I get these comments that straighten me out, and I got no problem with that. I think that's amazing. My whole point is, like, today's Father's Day, and I have lots of those, you know, kiddo things, and they are my absolute world. And I wanted to put it out there to everybody in this industry, even if you're not in this industry and you know, work a lot, loads of hours. I have made it a point since I came off active duty to never put a job before my kids. And in this industry, that's really hard to do because a lot of companies will be like slave labor, you know, work you 80 hours a week and have the expectation that you're going to work until all the jobs are done, no matter what. Well, there are companies out there that are family friendly, and there are some out there that will actually bend over backwards and make sure that your family comes first, and they'll make sure of that, you make sure of that, and you can get home on time, you know, and be there for the soccer and gymnastics, swimming, track, whatever they're doing, you know, underwater basket weaving, you know, you got to be there for the kiddos. So, you know, happy Father's Day to all you pops out there, grandpops, you know, whatever you may be, or if you don't, you know, you ain't there yet, then to your dad, happy Father's Day, your granddad. If, you know, if it's deserving. I know some people out there it's not, and I get that. I get that is a situation that sometimes, and for that I'm sorry. But that's all I got for you. We're going to get to the real intro now, okay? Enough of this serious crap. Let's go on to, like, melting silphos and wires and whatnot. Enjoy. Here's another one. Called about the kitchen is hot. They said it was 91. Well, I went in there just now and it's 83. So, not 91. Ugh. With the heat load that these places put off, I would take 83 and run with it. Because, man, their cooking equipment just put some heat out there. So, it's gonna be this booger right here. See what it's doing, or not doing. Got some Freon MO99 R438A. That dude. And yep. There's a compressor someone didn't take off the roof. Y'all know that bugs the crap out of me. Refrigerant drum. Random PVC. That thing's falling apart. Looks like the water got into it. It's doomed from here. Gonna have to get a full rebuild on that like they did to this side. They rebuilt that one. They said screw the back, no one sees that anyway. Alright. She's definitely blowing off some heat on that one. Let's look at this guy. I can feel the heat from back here. So that's what we want to feel, is heat. And we got heat coming off of this one, but we may not be firing on all cylinders. Just take a quick gander. We are not firing. Like, I think that both compressors are running, but we definitely have an issue with charge because neither one of them sweating. So, let's see what we got going on here. Get out the field piece. I'm a field piece gauge fan right here. I know some of you guys like them testos. I cannot do the testos. Man, I tell you what, I don't like them. Don't like them. I'm gonna go stage one first. Try not to leave this open too long. Dadgummit, that's hot. Wow. That is freaking hot. Don't want that open too long. Head pressure will go through the roof. I don't know which side is MO99. They didn't label the actual compressor, so maybe we can assume, you know what they say about assuming, that both sides are MO99 question mark. I don't know. We're gonna go over here to 438A if we can find it. There it is. And actually we look like we're overcharged. Let's let that settle down. I had that open for a couple seconds, probably too long. We're gonna let that refrigerant settle in and see where we end up at. Settling down to a nice, decent, what's the current temperature? It's 96 outside. So we're right on point there, boys and girls. I don't know why our suction's not doing stuff, but you can't really ask much more out of this. At a 36-degree evap, we're going to let it settle some more, because that evap is now dropping down to near 35, which I'm still okay with. But if it goes down to like 33, that's where I'm going to have we got problems. We might need to squirt a little more in it. But we're at 35 right now. Just gonna watch it for a little bit. I'm gonna check those Schraders, you know, with the good old spit finger. Make sure they ain't leaking, especially that freaking hot one. My gosh, that was hot. And yeah, we're back up to 36. I'm gonna let this one ride. It's eating just fine. I'm gonna go to the second stage and see what that guy's doing, because that compressor looked new. I gotta make this quick, otherwise that head pressure gets too high. And maybe just try to not open the door all the way, but I gotta get all the way back here. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Come on. Come on. There's one side. Nope. Don't worry about that. Not a big deal. There's the other side. Suction. Oh, this one's flat. We got 0 on the suction. So we likely have a substantial leak up in here. I do see oil everywhere. I bet you $100 it's at this Schrader. Yeah, we got zeros coming out of there, so I gotta go get some nitrogen, boost it up a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and poke my head in here, see what this guy says. Job! No sweat, no. One of those compressors is disconnected, so chances are she ain't working. That drain pan's broken. That's great. I'm gonna act like I didn't see that. See what? Nothing going on here. Yep. Oh, I see here. stage is running on that one. I just don't have any sweat. See if the evaporator's sweating. Oh yeah, that one's literally doing all it can. Poor guy. Overworked and underpaid, and it's old. When you're that old, do you want to work that hard? No. All right, it's 4 o'clock on a Friday. Time for me to hurry up. I'm gonna go get some nitrogen. We're gonna juice her right on up. And this thing is flat, so it's probably gonna be pretty easy to find. The compressor is out on low pressure. Luckily, there's a low pressure switch that actually works. Hallelujah. Go imagine that one. All right, I'll be back. All right. We're putting it in. Well, I don't want to do that. The pressure switch will close and that dang compressor will start running with nothing in it, which is no good. You know, we don't really want to do that. But I bet you $100 that Schrader valve's leaking. Who wants to bet? $100. I'm not going to get it terribly high because I don't see the point. If it's flat, it's going to be a bigger leak. I can hear something. Or can I? Oh, it's leaking out of my dang hose. Okay. So we're down to 72 PSI, and oddly enough, it is not dropping. So I'm gonna say my bets are this one. High side Schrader, bet you it's leaking. Let's figure it out. Well, I would say that is not leaking. Who bet me? I'm glad none of y'all took me up on that. I mean, I still do have one more Schrader, but I don't think the other Schrader is leaking at all because there ain't no oil on it. But who knows? Let's try it. See what we see. Nothing. Now I gotta go get the dang bubbles. My gosh. Oh, there it is. Y'all should have bet me. It's perforated copper. I can fix on that. That's not a problem. It is right here on the bottom side of the discharge. You find it all the time. Yeah. That's the ticket. So since this is old as dirt, it is R22 switched over to R438A. We're gonna keep it like that, and I'm gonna leave this nitrogen in there until I can haul all my crap up here. I'm gonna just slather the thing with some stuff, you know, melty cheese stuff, and we're gonna get it to plug up. If this was 410 unit, I would cut out this entire piece and replace the entire piece with ACR up and a 90 and ACR in. That way you could just be sure, you know, the thing is as solid as you can make it. But these R22 units don't run as high of pressure as the 438A. I mean, sorry, as the 410A. And yeah, that's even got some wrinkles back there, like they had to bend on it really good, and someone in the pipe bending department didn't do very good on that. And this one's wrinkled too. It's not kinked, it's just wrinkled. So normally, if you got a good bender guy or gal, you know, you can do it without crinkling. But yeah, we're definitely blowing it out. All right, time to go get the stuff to do the thing with. I'll be back. More roping stuff up. I need some help, all right? I need someone to remind me when I get home, because I continually forget every freaking day to get my dang sun hat out of my garage. It's not winter anymore. I also need someone to remind me to get, what did I need to remind me to get? Something else. Oh, my Widowmaker. Because, hey, there's an outlet there. I bet she don't work. Let's see here. I would say chances are that is not going to be working. I'll try to plug in on it anyway. But if I had my Widowmaker, I could just use the dang thing here. And now I gotta run extension cord all the way down the deal. And my head, I got my hair did yesterday. All right. I ain't got no more hair. Sides and back are gonna be beat red. Okay, enough of that. Get this nitrogen out of here. I'm gonna let her rip. It didn't rip very much. It's 0 already. Cool, that's cool. Well, that's because I had the things. Guys, I just had a dumb moment. All right. I was wondering why the pressure was going up. We'll get this down to 0. Oh, so hot. I'm shiny. Yeah, you know what I say, before we do anything with soldering, you want to clean your surface. The back side of this is where the leak is, and that's going to be the hardest part to clean because it's actually crinkled. So I'm not going to be able to get into every little crack, but I got friends that swear by all you got to do is get it really freaking hot. It'll burn all that dirt off. And maybe they're right. I mean, I just like, you know, you do you. You know, and I'll do me. I like a good clean surface. Solder seems to stick better to it and faster. You don't have to sit there and just go balls to the wall heating it up, because it doesn't have to burn off all the crap. You already took it all off. Plus, I just like the way shiny copper looks. Shiny things. I like shiny things. I did not pinpoint this one, so I'm just gonna let her go to town on this seal floss. When I start putting it on here, we're gonna gob it all around right here. You see, I just know it's somewhere in this general area, so we can roll over that. Too easy. Are we out of? Yep, we're out of things. So, all right, here we go. Okay, I am going to take this off because I don't want my hose getting hot. Hopefully I can go fast enough I don't mess with this high pressure switch. I guess we'll find out when I try to turn it on, and if it don't turn on, we will know. I'll go ahead and get this one off too, because why not? So, just got the sweat in my yapper. Oh, that is so nasty. Just a salt. If I wanted saltiness, I wouldn't just eat salt, you know? All right, see, like I've done before, I get it wet on the top and just get a big ball, and we just roll it around. That's all you got to do. Roll it around both sides. You don't need a lot. And then we got that drip starting. That's cool. Let's work that drip. Oh, I got some wires burning. Let's work that drip. Put a little bit more on top, roll it around. Go to this side, do the same thing. A little bit on top, roll it around. And I want to really get into here. Just go to town, guys. All right, we're gonna call that one good. Let her cool off. Got the sweat almost in the eyeball. That was close. That hurts. You know that hurts. All right, which way? Righty-tighty. I'm lefty. This way. I'm getting low on the acetylene here. Keep the spare in the truck for just in case purposes. Always important to have a spare. Well, I'm losing the things. One fell off over there, this one fell off here, and I don't know what to do. Should probably hydrate a little bit. You know, I always keep hydration. We're going to use a little bit of this hydration on this thing here. Just put our dab on there. Cool her off a little bit faster. Bust out with some more nitrogen. Once my service port cools off enough to put my shade. Once the service port cools off enough to put my gauge on it, I will bust out with some more nitrogen and feel around in that area. I'm not worried about there being a leak anywhere else, especially since it's 150 years old. And we're gonna get that thing vacuumed and running. I gotta find power. I bet you, well, let's test on it. Whoa, that's slippery. I gotta get off this roof as quickly as possible. You know it's bad when you start getting dizzy. But the good thing is I have peed a lot today, so if you're out in the hot sun drinking water and you have not peed, you need to go inside and drink some water. More water, faster, drink it faster. That has 15 volts. Well, that's great. It's 15 ain't gonna, 15 volts. Why do we got 15 volts? That one's got something. What's going on over here? 15. So what happened here is, guys, we lost a neutral. Because if I go from the hot side to the ground, I get 100 if I hold it just right. I did just get 100, I promise. 80, 77, there's 100, there's 98, 100 volts. So I probably lost a neutral somewhere. I can't use it. So whatever. Bring up the extension cord. It is 80 something inside, so at least it's cooler than it is out here. Get in there, maybe dry off my arms a little bit, and I'll be back. All right, we held long enough for me to go up and down the ladder 87 kabillion times. That extension cord, she just wound up on me. I plugged it in, came up, just all wound up. I even rolled it up right, you know? And then I was sitting there jacking around with it, trying to get it undone, and I'd get one part undone and look back and the other half just wound itself right back up. So I'm gonna have to take that when I'm done in the parking lot, stretch it all the way across and get all the dang curls out of it. So up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm getting my muscles in, getting my muscles to work out today. All right, and it's okay. No gym tonight. Neat. I'm okay with that idea. Definitely gonna need some, you know, aloe vera on the old scalp tonight. That's for sure. Good thing it's Friday. Go to town. Why? Oh, gotta pull the thing up. All right. Yeah, so I decided we're gonna go with 407C. I have some MO99 in the truck, but it's not as efficient, and I don't usually use it. I usually only use it to top off, so I don't use it to fill a whole circuit. Whoa! Wow, did y'all see that? Those things were big. You know, grab me and fly me away. Man, that's a big old condenser right over there. Y'all see that thing? Oh, that's not a condenser, that's an AC unit. So the one on the left is a condenser for their walk-in slash reach-ins. Huh. Match Auto Tire Shop. Look on the top of that thing. There's a little bitty AC condenser on that thing. Tune-ups, trans service, brakes, shocks. I don't think so, buddy. I'm not driving a truck like that. I try to do my own work on my truck, but I got this thing. If y'all know anything about this, let me know. Got the back left brake is just loud as can be. Not like grinding, it's like a whoo. That's the best way I can describe it. You can hear it from a block away. The brake pad's good. Rotor's not bad. It's nothing is bad, but there's a hose dangling underneath that thing. And there's grease all over that side of the axle. I don't know where the hose comes from. I do this stuff. I don't do cars. What about the I do cars guy? What's his name? That tears apart engines? This isn't in. You know what? Derek with Vice Grip. Yeah, you need to tell me, what is that hose thing? I'll send you pictures. Just got to reach out. You know, what does it do? I don't think it's a brake line. Otherwise that brake wouldn't work at all, and my fluid would be just plumb empty. So that's not it. It's got to be greasing something. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a picture of it later. Well, enough talky talk. The sun came back out. Man, that one cloud was just right. Now it's just wrong. We got more coming, which probably means I need to hurry my butt up. Micron gauge on this thing, I think I got too much oil in it at one point. That micron gauge just ain't kicking in anymore. Whoops, that's the wrong way, Matthew. Come on. So it's intermittent, hit or miss. Sometimes it kicks in, sometimes it just don't. And right now it is not. So I can send these back to Field Piece, and they'll I don't know if you knew this. If you guys got Field Piece gauges, you can send them in and they'll update all the programming, so get all the new refrigerants on it. They'll change your seals, and anything like this they'll fix there too. And it's like a flat rate. I know a couple of years ago it was like 50 bucks, and it'd take them a couple weeks and you get it back, and that couple weeks you use your backup gauges. I got some analogs as backups, and I mean, they work just fine. Got my refrigeration Danfoss refrigeration app, so I can, you know, do the thing with all the refrigerants, so I won't have to question it. I'll know what pressures I need to be at. If y'all don't have that too, that's another good tool to have. I think it's called Danfoss Refrigeration Tools. Let's see here. Yeah, it's REF Tools. Maybe y'all can see that or not. That's what it looks like. You can just come over here and pick your refrigerant. Slide, look at that. Just about all of them, I'm sure. That's a lot, okay? And you slider your thing up here, up and down to your PSIs, and it'll tell you what your temperature is. Huh? Beautiful. Anyway, enough of that. I'm gonna, you know, hurry up and wait, and I won't bug y'all anymore till we get this thing up and running. All right, we vacuumed for a hot minute, and got it down to some, you know, micronage that I'm happy with. We're gonna go ahead and just blow it in there. Just let this thing suck it right on in. 407C there. Ow, the vacuum pump is hot. Take this over to the ledge. Okay. Now, let your refrigerant sit in the sun. If you got it, you know, if it's hot outside and sunny, because it builds the pressure up inside there. And that way, when you open it, you get more going in. You know, I went ahead and used my marker, marked 407C and MO99 on these compressors, so that the next person doesn't have questions. Make sure you bleed. Sometimes I forget, not gonna lie. There we go. And we're just gonna open it right up on the high side. Once this gauge, there we go, I'm gonna go down to 407C. Oops, somewhere in here, it's 407C. There it is. Put the thing in the shade if I can. Try to keep my screen happy. So right now we're just filling the condenser with liquid. The discharge is not going to, the valves in the compressor, actually this is a scroll so I don't have valves, but the compressor won't allow refrigerant to go into it. It's just going to go into the condenser coil here. And I hope I have enough. I'm going to let her eat it. I think I should have enough. You can't really compare apples to apples on this thing because it's a different refrigerant, so it's not going to keep the same amount. But I don't even, there's not even anything on here that says, like, I can't read it. It's just white. I don't. Maybe if I turn, nope, can't read it. Oh, I don't even know how many pounds went in to begin with. Oh, here we go. Circuit 2, 7.3. I think I got about that in here. Well, had about that in here. So what I usually do is I let it just suck it on in until it stops sucking it in. And I can tell because my refrigerant gauges have a sight glass. I can see the refrigerant flowing through there. But when it's hot outside, people, it may not be a good idea to just let her rip it till it stops, because you're going to turn this thing on, it's going to be overcharged right off the bat. So I think I got probably a little bit more. You can't use static pressure because it is going to fluctuate based on your temperature. Is your blower running? Are they cooking stuff inside? Is you getting stuff sucked into the thing? I mean, there's too many factors. You can tell by static pressure if it has anything in it or not. About all you can tell. We are pretty darn close. Yeah, we're pretty darn close to equalizing here. My high side started going down. I should have probably not left it that long, but should have did already. Get past the thing. You're in the way too. Get out of the way. Thank you. Lock that side up. Turn her on. See what happens. Of course, should have put a jumper on it. I have to wait 27 years for this thing to come on. I can't get the thing stuck on my... There. We're going to go ahead and do 2 stages. Get off. Oh, she just did something. That was a blower. That blower's on. I am all tangled up. So we don't need one for the blower, just one for stage 1 and stage 2. See if I can get in there. Yep, ta! Well, it's not going to be an easy one. No one has scored the things yet, but the good news is whoever hooked this up jumped stage 1 over to stage 2, so they should both just fire off at the same time. We'll see. I'm gonna have to wait on it. I can't jump it. I can jump it, but I'd have to turn the unit off, scratch all the insulation off the thermostat wires, and make myself some good surface to cross over the refrigerant. I mean, man, I need to get off this roof. The voltage, not the refrigerant. I know it's bad when you want to drink the condensate water. I mean, it's nice and cold. My water's already hot. It doesn't take long out here. Whatever, hot water's better than no water. I'm not gonna make you wait for this delay. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I'll be back. We just just kicked on, and man, I did not put enough. Let's see if it comes up. It is not coming up. I felt like it was enough. I guess I was wrong. I was way down. I hope I have enough. Yeah, there should be enough in there. So 407C needs to be charged as a liquid. If you're going to put liquid into your compressor, you need to do it slowly. Don't just go to town, because compressors can't compress liquid, so it'll ruin them. Now, some of these big scrolls, they can take it. They can take it like a champ for a while. But if you're using a pot compressor, semi-hermetic or a hermetic compressor, those valves ain't gonna, they don't like it. So just take it easy, you know? You don't have to just let her rip. Ideally, you would want to put all of it in there right off the bat. And on a hot day like this, that's actually possible. But I don't know how much all of it is. So it's a different refrigerant. But yeah, we're letting her eat. Got to get that head pressure up to, you know, a lot. 25 degrees above ambient. Right now we are at ambient, so we got a ways to go before that thing is satisfied. And I don't want to. Actually, it's too late to go to supply house anyway. So I was gonna say I don't want to go to supply house, but it's too late. They're closed. I may have to call, phone a friend, come run me some 407C if I run out. I had about a pound less of MO99, so that definitely wouldn't have worked. All I got to do is get that suction above freezing, and they ought to feel more better in there, at least in the kitchen. I'm not here for these guys. No, not here for those. I can only work on what the work order says. Come on, head pressure. I'm running out of refrigerant here. Still got a little bit of liquid left. We're climbing. Come on, baby. Show me what you got. And I'm going to have to break the aloe vera out when I get home. I don't burn anywhere else. I mean, I just get dark. See here, I'm really white, and I just get dark. I'm not really white. Well, I mean, I guess my skin, you know what I'm saying. But man, the head, it's gonna hurt. But whatever, it is what it is. Learned my lesson. Maybe I'll remember the sun hat and something else. What else was I supposed to remember? Widowmaker. You might be wondering, what, Matthew, is a widowmaker? For some of y'all that don't know, it is an outlet to plug the thing into, and on the end of it, it's got 3 wires. It's got a hot, neutral, and a ground. Okay. So you're going to take your hot, put it on your disconnect 120. They're clamps, you see. You just clamp it onto the 120 on your disconnect. Take your ground and your neutral, and you just get them on a ground somewhere, a good solid ground, and that gives you 120 for your vacuum pumpage, for your recovery machine, whatever you got, and you don't have to worry about. So apparently that is what happens when your GoPro battery dies. You see, so makes this really loud beep, and it just shuts her down. The good news is I have a spare battery. The bad news is I hid it from myself so I would never forget where it's at, and I have absolutely no idea where I put it. Yeah. Anywho, I'm home now. Got her charged up. She was cooling as good as she could, and got my sweaty butt off the roof. Just got out of the shower. Time to go get the kiddos. Hope you guys have an outstanding, whatever day this gets posted that day. Have an outstanding that day, whatever, today. I'll just catch you next time. All right. Deuces.